Welcome to FlossTube number 3. My name is Jara. I go by Stitch Flurries here on YouTube and on Instagram. It's been about a month since I last recorded. I didn't think I had a whole lot to show because with the holidays I was sick, my family was sick. Holidays are always busy, and I didn't think that I stitched a whole lot at that time, but I've done more than I thought I had. So let's go ahead and get into it. I have fully finishes. They're not super exciting as far as like how I finished it. I'm no Helen D, but I'm really excited about it. So my first fully finished object was the Mythical Creature Sal by Climbing Goat Designs, and I just got a frame off of Amazon, and it is hanging up on a wall in our kitchen, but it's finished. So I love the way that it turned out. I like the fake wood thing that they've got going on. I do have plastic on it because this goes up in our dining room, which is connected to our kitchen. And my husband cooks a lot, and so I didn't want all of the food stuff to get on it. So I did leave the plastic on there. But I thought it turned out really good. I used to be a framer at Michael's. And so I like to think I know a thing or two about getting things straight. But yeah, there's fully finished number 1. And I love it. So good. And then my other fully finished object, I worked on this pretty religiously for the last couple of weeks because I was so close and I wanted to get it done. So I finished Squirtle Squad by Witty Stitch Co. And this is for my husband. And so I just took I think this is a 7-inch frame, and painted it. I had little paint markers, so I painted it red and white with a little black line to look like the Pokeball. So nothing too extravagant, but I thought the back looked really good. I just cut out a circle of foam core and stuck it in there to kind of hold it. And I think that turned out really good. So he's already got it up on the wall. I took it down to do the floss tube, and as soon as he sat down in his chair, he like smacked the wall. It's like, where's my Squirtle Squad? I got it. I'll get back to him. Here you go. You can have it back. I apologize if you hear the tippy taps. He's playing Ark right now. All right, I do also have a finish. So I was doing the Advent Sal by Anna Gutova on Instagram. It was a mystery Advent Sal that she did for free. I think I was in the middle of it, or at the beginning of it in my last video, but I did finish it. So I need to find a circle. I need to measure it and get a circle that fits. And I'm probably gonna do an ornament finish. I don't know. These are big ornaments to put on trees. And I know a lot of people will do ornaments that are that big, but this just seems really big to me. So I'll do that, or I'll do a flat fold and just hang it up on the wall or something. But I finished. I think I said on the last one, this snowflake is my favorite, the way that turned out. I was trying to do some pulling with the ornament, and it didn't do quite what I wanted it to do, but that's okay. And this is that like stripey thing that I'm not a big fan of, with variegated floss. But overall, I think it turned out really, really good. So yeah, that is my only other finish. I do have, I didn't break it down by new starts. I have 2 new starts. So I'll do New Year, New Start. I started this on New Year's Day. And I'm a part of Flossy Fox's Patreon, and so I became a member of her Patreon for this pattern. I loved it so much, and so I finally started it for New Year's New Day. So this is Bone Garden by Flossy Fox Shop. I have not gotten very far. And I'll pop up a picture, probably here, about what it's supposed to be. But it's got this giant dragon skull up on the top that I just absolutely fell in love with. I actually printed off like a tiny little picture and I have it taped under my monitor at work just to kind of keep me happy at work and keep me motivated, because I love this pattern so much. But you can kind of start to see like the little skulls that are going on. And for the white, I did change up the white. I'm using Threadworks's Santa's Beard because I thought that that would, I'm testing out like overdyed whites. Because I think I talked about this in my last episode. I'm not a big fan of white or black because they just seem so stark. So I'm testing out some whites to see what I like. I like that this one had more of like a white to gray. I've got another one that seems like it's more white to like tannish, like a tannish undertone. So I thought this would look really good for bone. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. So I'll need to work on that again soon. Because like I said, I love that giant dragon skull. All right, the other new start that I've got is I did the it's snowing. I did the Fox and Rabbit 2025 sale. I started in like February. And then I just tried to keep up, and that one got really big and I could never catch up. So I was a little hesitant to start their 2026 one. But I saw, I'll have to find the Instagrammer, that I'm copying, but I saw this lady on Instagram dropping needle embroidery, I think. And the colorway that she had was so pretty, and it's not very big, and so this year's it looks a little more doable to keep up. So I did start the Fox and Rabbit 2026 sale, and so I've got a highly variegated that I'm going to do for this middle part, but keeping it a little more subtle for like some of those smaller pieces. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm using Cottage Garden Threads Farmer's Market for my variegation. And I don't mind the pulling so much because it's not very big. Like those spaces are not super big. And so I really like how that's turning out. And then I'm also using their hot coffee for the brown. And Threadworks Steel Gray for those X's and O's. And my husband was laughing at me because I put this on Instagram and I put Elle King's X's and O's as the song for it, because especially before I had the variegated thread part, every time I looked at it, all I heard was that song, the X's and O's song. So yeah, I think this is totally doable to get this done before the end of the month and part 2 comes out. But I'm really enjoying that one. So I'm excited about that. So those are my new starts, just 2. And then I've worked on a couple of whips. My biggest whip that I've been working on is the Flower Dragon Salve by Flossy Fox Shop. She has released her last one. I did finish part 5, and then she released part 6 on January 10th. And so that's what I've been working on really this week is what I've been working on. So the Int Dragon was it's not an int, but that's what I've been calling it. But the wood, the dogwood is part 5, so I finished that one. I love it. I love the little bird. Looks like he's talking to his little bird friend. And then this is the final part. And this is the leafy green dragon. And I keep calling it the Caesar salad dragon, because when I told my husband what the different flowers were and said this was leafy green, he was like, so salad? I was like, yes, Caesar salad. That's exactly what it's gonna be. So I really like this one. I still think the cherry blossom was my favorite because I just love the way she did the wings. But I think this is fun. There's a fox here. And then there's like, I love this little fox family here in the middle. I think that's gonna be really cute. Like a little mouse. And I like this flower. Like there's some more stuff that goes around it. But I really like the way that one looks. Like right now. I think that's cute. So yeah, we're almost there. So that's sort of what we're looking at for the whole piece. So once it's done, I'll get a frame for it and it will go up in our dining room. So yeah. And I'll pop up a picture of the final piece, even though you can pretty much tell what it's gonna be. But yeah, so I'll keep working on that. I really want to finish that. I was hoping to get it finished for you guys by today. But Squirtle Squad, I was so close to Squirtle Squad that I spent a lot of time working on that. So it's not quite finished. And then the other things that I've done, I also pulled the Summoner back out by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Because I hadn't worked on this in a while, and this is another one that's for my husband, and I really want to get it up on the wall. But there's a lot of black. If you know Autumn Lane, they do a lot of black. So here's where I'm at. I did all of the black. Black is the only thing I've done. But I did like all of this, and then now he's got his second arm, and I want to get that down. And then pull this side. I want to get this all the way down to the bottom so I can start going across and get to the actual Summoner girl, because she looks really cool. So yeah, got a little bit more progress on this. This is one that I started with my friend Natalie of Sugar and Stitches. I don't think either one of us have really worked on it that much, but I want to get it up on the wall. They have another one called, I'll have to check and see what it's called, but it's a picture of a geisha with like an umbrella, and my husband is Japanese, and so, you know, anything related to Japanese, we kind of like flock towards, and I love making stuff for him. And so I want to get that done, because I think he's going to put it up here beside his work computer, but that one's a beast. It's a lot bigger. And there was something else I was going to start for him, and he mentioned, I was talking to him about my projects yesterday, and I mentioned it, and he was like, oh yeah, like that one is like really cool. Like I really like that one. I was like, she was not on my list to start for you, but I guess she is now. So once Summoner is done, I'll probably start her so that I can get get her finished up and he can put her up on the wall. The next one that I pulled out that I hadn't worked on in a long time was my coffee Quaker sampler from last year. I started this in January of last year. It was supposed to be like a blessing sampler thing. And I vastly overestimated how much I could do in a month. And so I pulled it back out to work on it a little bit more, and I brought up, like I was all the way down here. So I brought up all of this turquoise all the way up here. And I think I'm if not 50%, I'm real close. But I think I'm a little over 50%. And here, so there's gonna be, you know, the words that will go here. And I'll pop up a picture so you can see it. I'm doing this in Pirate and Robin's, the light one is Pirate and Robin's mint. And now I'm hoping I have enough floss, because that doesn't seem like a whole lot. But I'm doing it in that, and I think 3663. I'll have to double check. I think it's 3663 for the dark teal. But yeah, so I pulled this out, got a little bit more work on that. I'd like to get it done this year. I don't know if I will, but I'd like to. That one I'm planning on. I work at the company I work for does a lot of like coffee sales and we work with like markets and businesses. And we have our own brand of coffee. And so I want to get that framed and get that put up in my office. All right. And then the only other thing that I worked on, I know I said I had a lot to show you guys, but now it doesn't seem like it's a whole lot. And then the other thing that I worked on was Garden of Shadows by Sprouting Lupine. I love this one. I love the unicorn. And I'm trying to get all of this little like damask stitching done down there at the bottom. So I pulled that over. And I am still loving, I'm using that Cottage Garden Threads leather bound, and I am absolutely loving the way that that's turning out. I think it looks so good. And then this here, I'm gonna change it up. I might pick a different green, or I might just change that green altogether. Because I am not a fan of that green right there. That like yellowy green. I don't like that shade. So I might pick a green that's in the thing, or I might pick a different one. I haven't decided yet. You guys know I fly by the seat of my pants. So we'll see, but I love leather bound. I thought that turned out really good. So yeah, so that is what I have worked on. It sounds less like when I show you, like in the pile it looks more, but I did a lot of work on Squirrel Squad, but I'm glad that it's done. It's on the wall and my husband's enjoying it, I think. So we're good. So quick and easy today. The boys are down for their nap, so I wanted to try and, get this going real quick while I had a few minutes. I've got a few more subscribers since the last time I posted. So hi, I'm so glad. Thank you guys for subscribing. If you have any comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. I will be pulling out my dragon. I didn't work on my star dragon at all. But I want to start working on that on Thursdays, I think. I think I'll do, because that's a part of the Threadwalker saga that Wild Fox Stitchery is doing. And I want to work on it. I get so caught up in like, oh, I'm so close to a finish, and then I want to finish that thing and I like hyper focus on that. But I really want to get the dragon one done. So I think I'm going to do Threadwalker Thursdays. And so every Thursday I'll pull it out and I'll just work on it as much as I can, which is not to say that it's not going to come out in different times, but I really want to focus on it on Thursdays. So that's what I'm going to do there. I did get, Primrose Cottage was having a sale on some of their PDFs, and their stuff rarely goes on sale. So I picked up 5 of their Quakers, which I'm really excited about because I love doing their Quakers. I did their honeybee one. I'll have to show you guys that one later. I haven't fully finished it yet, so maybe I'll fully finish it and show you that. But I picked up their season Quakers, so the spring, summer, autumn, and winter Quakers. I picked those up, and I think at the patriotic Quaker, because they were, I think it was like 20 or 25% off. So I did get some of those, which I'm very excited about because I love the way that they do their Quakers. And I think that's really all the new stuff that I've got. Yeah, I think that's it. So like I said, keeping this quick today. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button if you like what you see, subscribe if you like. No pressure. As I always say, there are lots of other FlossTubers out there, so I'm excited if you subscribe, but if I'm not your cup of tea, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. I'm just excited to share what I have with other people who also love what I'm doing, because I know, like many of you, I don't have anybody in person that I can go and talk to about this, that really understand. So it's nice to be able to talk to you guys and show you what I've been working on. So like I said, it is snowing here. I don't know if anything's gonna stick or not, but I think I'm gonna head out and just enjoy the beautiful weather. I love snow. Absolutely love it. I love to watch it fall. I love to watch it on the ground. We don't get a lot of it here where I live in North Carolina, so every time it does snow, I try and enjoy it as much as I can. But you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. For those of you that have the day off tomorrow, congratulations. I do not. I have to go into work. But for everybody else, have a great long weekend, and I will see you in about a month. Bye.